West T, it's your girl Latini Sade. I am back again with another video. Period. I have not said that in so long. Ooh, it feels so good to be back on YouTube. So we're gonna jump right into this. By the title, you can tell this is my labor and delivery story. Period. The last video I believe I uploaded on here about my pregnancy was me revealing that I had a daughter. Well, I was having a daughter, and I did have a beautiful baby girl. Right now my baby is 1 month and she's doing great. I will put her name down below. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you don't know her name, so at the end of this video I will put her name so you guys can know what my baby girl name is. But I'm gonna give you guys my labor and delivery story quick, fast, in a hurry. I had my daughter when I was just getting ready to turn 8 months, so she was 2 months, basically 2 months early. And scenario, let me tell y'all what I was doing. So about, I want to say 2 weeks before I had her, I had to rush to the hospital because for some reason I wasn't feeling her move as much as she usually do. Like, she was really active and I didn't feel her moving that much, so it like bothered me and triggered me like something wrong with my baby. So I went to the hospital, I went to the ER. They sent me to the labor emergency area and basically said, your heart rate's elevated, you know, but she's fine. They let me hear her heartbeat, they let me see her, and she was perfectly fine. I went home, everything was supposed to be good. 2 weeks passed and I went to the doctor. And this was 2 days before I had her. I went to the doctor and they were like, okay, your blood pressure is super high. You need to start charting so that we know. We need you to come back in the next week. So at this point, they wanted to see me every week because my blood pressure was super high. Never had blood pressure before in my life. My mom had high blood pressure and I believe my brothers have high blood pressure. I'm not sure. I was told I had high blood pressure. I needed to monitor it and make sure I come every week. So I had weekly appointments at this point. And they said, you need to start walking. So the next day, I decided to go to the grocery store with my mother-in-law. And I was like, okay, I need to walk, so I'm going to walk up every aisle. We walked every aisle, slowly, not rushing. I was just walking. On the other end, like on one end of every Publix, if you have a Publix where you are, where you live at, they have a blood pressure machine. And I didn't buy my blood pressure machine yet, so I was like, okay, I'm starting to, you know, chart my blood pressure, so I'm going to take it on the blood pressure machine. So as I'm, you know, walking up every aisle, I'm getting to the end of the store where the blood pressure machine is. I see my friend Tequila, and me and her talking, and it's so funny. We have the exact same due date and everything. And I literally said, I better have my baby first because I found out I was pregnant first, so my baby better come first. Why I said that? I go to the blood pressure machine and I check it, and it's sky high, like over normal. Like it was like 200 something over something. And the pharmacy lady overheard me say, what the hell, like what? So she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, my blood pressure is super high. She was like, how many months are you? I was like, I'm 8 months. And she was like, what is it? And I told her what it was, and she was like, oh, you need to call your doctor like now. So I called my doctor and she was like, wait, pause, take your arm out, take some deep breath, wait 15 minutes, stay on the phone with me for 15 minutes. I'm gonna put you on hold, get back on the phone, and then we're gonna check it again. So when she got back on the phone, I checked it again, still high. She was like, okay, you need to go to the hospital now. Called my boyfriend and I was like, you need to take me to the hospital. My blood pressure is super high. Something could be possibly wrong with the baby. So he came and got me, took me to the hospital. We went to a whole nother hospital from the hospital we were supposed to be going to. And when we got there, I'm sorry that I keep looking everywhere. It's hard to look right here when I really just want to look at myself, and the camera screen's over here. Like, it's hard. We ended up at another hospital that was not the hospital we were supposed to be going to. When we got there, my blood pressure was super high, and they were giving me things to try to lower it. Wasn't working at all, like at all, not even in the slightest. So then they were like, okay, the medicine we're giving you is triggering the baby. So my baby was fine, and I was having a problem, and because of the medicine I became okay, and it started bothering my baby. So they were like, you getting induced, we have to get the baby out of you to make sure both y'all are safe. And I was like,
I don't care what y'all gotta do, get my baby and make sure she's here, period. Like, I don't care about nothing else but her at this point.
So they decided to try to induce me so that I can push. It didn't even work, like, at all. My blood pressure started rising higher. Aggravating. And it's so annoying because I never had high blood pressure before, ever. Never had that issue. Blood pressure was always good. And the next morning, that was the 3rd. On the 4th, my boyfriend was already on his way back to the hospital. He had went to the house to get something, came back to the hospital because the plan was to induce me so that I could have the baby the next day, that night, or the next night after. So either the 4th or the 5th was when I was supposed to deliver. As far as pushing, that morning they came into the room and was like, we want to give you a chance to push, but the way it's looking, you might have to get cut. And for whatever reason, I guess the doctor thought I was gonna cry or be like, I don't want to get cut, I want to get pushed, I want to push my baby out. Girl, I told her, when we doing this? Like, right now? Can I get cut now? Like, I want my baby here. Like, I need my baby. I don't care about nothing else. I want my baby, period. So she was like, oh, we can do it this morning. Oh yeah, let's go. And she was like, in the next 20 minutes, we're gonna come and get you. Okay, let's go. We gotta get this popping. I'm ready for my baby to come. Whatever's gonna help her, I need her here now. So I'm calling my boyfriend. I'm like, you need to hurry up and get here. We about to have a baby. They gonna give me a C-section. He was like, I'm downstairs, right? Like, I'm here. Like, I'm at the door. So he didn't even get a chance to come in the room with me to like have a conversation with me before then. They literally took me to whether I was getting a C-section. I told them like 100 times, where's my boyfriend, where's my boyfriend, where's my boyfriend, where's my boyfriend? Like, y'all not about to start cutting me. He's not in here. We're gonna have a problem. And he needed to see her being born. Like, what are y'all doing? They were like, mommy, calm down. We're giving you your medicine in your back to numb you all the way down. We're gonna lay you down, and he's gonna come in quick, soon, fast. As soon as we get ready to start, that's when we're gonna bring him in, due to all this COVID and this stuff. And one thing, that COVID test, people be like, it's not even that serious. Yes, it is that serious. That shit hurts, period. But they got me prepped up, got everything done, ready. I'm laying down, they got the blue thing up, and he's like, what's up, babe? He come in the room, and I'm just like laying there like, hey, we about to have our baby. And I'm knowing in my head, like, I need my baby to come out yelling because I know that she's okay. That's what I'm gonna know. Like, my mom told me that before she passed away. That's how you know everything's fine. She's good. So I'm knowing in my head, I need my baby to be coming out yelling. So the whole entire time that they're doing the procedure, cutting me open and all of this stuff, me and my boyfriend is sitting and having a conversation like, yeah, what's, do you feel anything? No, I don't feel nothing. Like, yeah, kind of hungry. And then he was like, we went and done. I'm like, yeah, because God, honest truth, I commend mothers, period. Having a baby, carrying a baby, that's an experience. My experience was crazy. I didn't have no complications as far as my baby was concerned, but the morning sickness, the spitting, ugh, don't miss that shit at all. But we was like, we went and done because the process to get her here, I don't think I could deal with that again. Like, it was a lot, and I was emotionally drained. And at 8:44, that September 4th, my baby was born. She came out yelling, like screaming at the top of her lungs. My baby was not with that shit. She was like, I'm out this bitch now. So I heard her yelling, and after that, for me, everything went blank. I'm gonna do a story time with her dad so he can tell you guys how he felt about it all. But everything went blank for me for that. The next thing I remember after that, because I just started crying. Like, I was so overwhelmed that I could hear my baby crying. Like, I actually have my baby here. She's here. I know she's okay because she's screaming super loud. My ideal picture would have been having my mom on one side, having him on the other, but unfortunately I lost my mother when I found out that I was pregnant. Rest in peace, Margaret. And yeah, all of that hit me. My baby's here, my mom's not, like, but I know that she's good. I know that my mom's watching over us. I know that we're okay. It all hit me. I can say the next thing I remember would be, what happened after that? I'm trying to remember, because I know I went blank, like crying. I don't remember anything after that. I think I went back to my room. Yeah, I went back to my room. And I don't know if I went to sleep. I don't know what I did. I really can't remember anything after that. Well, we're gonna fast forward to me actually finally seeing my baby for the first time, because my boyfriend, I know that my boyfriend brought her to me so that I could see her, because he has pictures taken of him and me, like right there, him holding the baby and stuff like that. But I can't remember because I was crying and I was in another headspace. My baby was in the NICU, and when I finally got to see her for the first time, I cried because she was so small and tiny. And that experience, any mother who has a baby in the NICU, that's a very hard experience, but it's worth it, because I commend every doctor and nurse that works in the NICU, works with premature babies, because to see, like, to go from seeing my baby with so many wires and her eyes covered to now moving around trying to do stuff on her own, and she's 1 month. Yeah. And so many of the doctors at the hospital and everything have said, like, nurses, they're like, she's been here before, like, she's feisty, she's mean, and I can't think of nothing but my mother. So, but that is my labor story. That is how it went down. I don't feel like I'm going to insert any pictures because that's some personal stuff. I don't want nobody seeing my baby with wires, but I will insert a picture here of my beautiful mommy. And her name is Winter Kimura. Kimura, named after my mother, Winter, because her father. That is my baby's name, Winter Kimura. That is my story. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to have her dad sit down and explain his thought process and everything he remembers as far as our labor is concerned. And yeah, hopefully soon, I'm not sure, I'll do a video explaining my first month with my pretty mommy, and that would be my first month as a mother of a baby in the NICU, because that